All right, let's get right into here and let's talk the Celtics. What do you think of Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics so far this season? Obviously, they've been great, and I think they're on a 7 game win streak. And this 7 game win streak was what started when they found their shot again. Because one might argue they slipped a little bit because they stopped hitting 3-point shots at a historical rate. But then, that was like a 1 or 2 game skid, and then they just go back onto the 7 game win streak. That if you look at the standings, there's really no team that has separated themselves from the pack, except the Boston Celtics clearly have a 6 game lead now. Between they have 33 wins, and the Nets are in second place with 27. So they are starting to get ahead of the pack. What are your thoughts on this Boston Celtics team? Are they legit? And is this the team that if you had to put money right now, would you put money on them at least making the Eastern Conference final?
Yeah, definitely. If I was a betting man, I'm not a betting man. Stay safe, kids. I love this Celtics team. They're so fun, and I do hope they make it back. I just want good basketball. So if they're playing the best basketball come April, I'd like to see them try and get that ring. But Tatum's got like 5 50-point games now on the season. I mean, they're without Jaylen Brown, and we've seen teams like the Milwaukee Bucks. It's not like the Bucks are doggy desperate without Chris Middleton, but they were good, but they're not like elite. Boston's kind of elite right now still. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter.
That's so weird. It's not weird.
Up. Whether it's Robert Williams is out or Jaylen Brown, like somebody's stepping up. Malcolm Brogdon's been just money for this team, like freaking money. And even just like their lowest, I don't mean to sound rude to them, but like Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, like their lowest players are still studs. They're still having great seasons, and they're contributing to wins.
Crazy part is that, this with Jaylen Brown's injury, we've gotten to see Robert Williams be reinserted into the lineup. I obviously assume that, like, even without Rob Will would have been put back in the lineup without Brown's injury, but we've just seen him put him in the injury. And like you said, we got to see Peyton Pritchard, who we haven't really seen this year, and he's been good. Luke Cornett needs some recognition. He was a guy that everyone was just like joking around, was like, how did he make the roster? This and that. I mean, Vanderbilt graduate. So first off, guy's got a brain on him. Okay. And second off, I don't think people realize Luke Cornett's 7'2", 250, and like moves like decent,
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't really move. He doesn't move like he's 7'2", 250. Like.
What's that defense he plays where he puts his hand in the he puts his hand up by the rim? He blocks the rim.
Also, did you know Luke Cornett's been in the league since 2017, and Luke Cornett shoots threes. I don't know if people know this, but Luke Cornett shoots threes. Yeah, like when he was on the Bulls, he shoots threes. Like he's shot 451 threes in his career. He's a career 32.6% 3-point shooter. So there is a 3-point shot there, and that's something that I will give them credit that their bench comes in and does a good job of just continuing to shoot at will. Yeah. So it's fun to watch. I think the Boston Celtics right now are the team to beat, and it just feels like they're on a mission.
Yeah, they got one clear goal right now, and that's to at least get back to the NBA Finals. And it's
impressive.
It is so impressive. And Missoula's done a phenomenal job. You can tell he's a really good leader, it appears. These guys respect him, they trust him, which I feel like is so crazy for everything that happened in the offseason.
Can we talk about Missoula real quick? Like I told you during my drive, I listened to like a few like hour-long NBA podcasts with some guests on The Athletic, and they brought up the fact that, like how no one talks about the fact that why aren't they taking anymore? It was brought up earlier in the season about Joe Mazzulla not getting his interim tag taken off.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So the rumor around that is allegedly the reason why they haven't removed the tag is legal things. There's legal that okay. So they alluded that this is them theorizing, but every time it was brought up by journalists, Brad Stevens or whoever just said, no, that's not happening. And their assumption is there's something either in Ime Udoka's contract or Joe Mazzulla's contract that's not allowing them legally, like, you know what I mean? Like in legal writing in the contracts that they probably have to wait till the season's over, either for money compensation or something. That's why they are like, oh, if you want to sign and hire Ime Udoka, you can, because maybe there's something legally legal ramifications in probably Ime Udoka's contract that isn't allowing them to fire him and then sign Joe Mazzulla. Because right now Mazzulla is an assistant coach who's an interim head coach. Yeah. There's no new contract.
Yeah.
So that one's just interesting. But any closing thoughts?
Also I got to give props to Marcus Smart. I think he's doing a great job at distributing the basketball. I think he's really taken a huge leap in years past.
He became a lot more consistent and not as much as this like wild, bull in a china shop anymore.
Yeah, he's completely. I mean, he was never a bad player by any means, but he's averaging over 7 assists. I know for sure.
He just would go a little crazy sometimes, like you play like out of control.